Rome falls. Main idea. Rome finally fell when invaders swept through the empire during the AD 400s. Both Diocletian and Constantine failed to save the Roman Empire. When Constantine died in AD 337, fighting broke out again. A new emperor called Theodosius finally gained control and ended the fighting. Ruling the empire proved to be difficult. Theodosius decided to divide the empire after his death. In AD 395, the Roman Empire split into two separate empires. One was the Western Roman Empire with its capital at Rome. The other was the Eastern Roman Empire with its capital at Constantinople. Rome is invaded. As Rome declined, it was no longer able to hold back the Germanic tribes on its borders. Many different Germanic groups existed: Ostrogoths, Visigoths, Franks, Vandals, Angels, and Saxons. They came from the forests and marshes of northern Europe. These Germanic groups were in search of warmer climates and better grazing land for their cattle. They also were drawn by Rome's wealth and culture. In addition, many were fleeing the Huns, fierce warriors from Mongolia in Asia. In the late AD 300s, the Huns entered Eastern Europe and defeated the Ostrogoths. The Visigoths, fearing they would be next, asked the Eastern Roman Emperor for protection. He let them settle just inside the empire's border. In return, they promised to be loyal to Rome. Before long, trouble broke out between the Visigoths and Romans. The empire forced the Visigoths to buy food at very high prices. The Romans also kidnapped and enslaved many Visigoths. Finally, the Visigoths rebelled against the Romans. In AD 378, they defeated Roman legions at the Battle of Adrianople. After that defeat, Rome was forced to surrender land to the Visigoths. The Germanic tribes now knew that Rome could no longer defend itself. More and more Germanic warriors crossed the borders in search of land. In the winter of AD 406, the Rhine River in Western Europe froze. Germanic groups crossed the frozen river and entered Gaul, which is today France. The Romans were too weak to force them back across the border. In AD 410, the Visigoth leader Alaric and his soldiers captured Rome itself. They burned records and looted the treasury. Rome's capture by Alaric was a great shock to the empire's people. It was the first time Rome had been conquered in 800 years. Another Germanic group, known as the Vandals, overran Spain and northern Africa. They enslaved some Roman landowners and drove others away. Then the Vandals sailed to Italy. In AD 455, they entered Rome. They spent 12 days stripping buildings of everything valuable and burning them. From these attacks came the English word vandalism, which means the willful destruction of property. Rome falls. By the mid-AD 400s, several Germanic leaders held high posts in Rome's government and army. In AD 476, a Germanic general named Odoacer overthrowing the Western emperor, a 14-year-old boy named Romulus Augustulus. After Romulus Augustulus, no emperor ever again ruled from Rome. Historians often use this event to mark the end of the Western Roman Empire. Odoacer controlled Rome for almost 15 years. Then a group of Visigoths seized the city and killed Odoacer. They set up a kingdom in Italy under their leader, Theodoric. Elsewhere in Europe, other Germanic kingdoms arose. By AD 550, the Western Roman Empire had faded away. Many Roman beliefs and practices remained in use, however. For example, Europe's new Germanic rulers adopted the Latin language, Roman laws, and Christianity. Although the Western Roman Empire fell to Germanic invaders, the Eastern Roman Empire prospered. It became known as the Byzantine Empire and lasted nearly 1,000 more years. Reading check. Which event usually marks the fall of the Western Roman Empire?